Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We're gonna speak on Black Wealth Movement, and we're gonna speak on the purchasing power of African Americans, and we doing ourselves a disservice. It said the Black American is anywhere between 1.6, 1.7 trillion, and this back in 2023. Mexico at 1.5, Indonesia 1.4, the Netherlands 1 trillion, and Saudi Arabia 1.3 trillion. In 2023, the black-owned businesses in the United States generate over 206 billion annually in revenue. At the same time, black consumers had 1.6, 1.7 trillion in spending power, ranking around 60% among the world's largest economies, yet only a small fraction of the wealth stayed within the black community. So you look at the GDP of some of them nations, like Mexico, Indonesia, the Netherlands, Saudi Arabia, we were spending more money from an ethnic group than the gross domestic product of a whole nation. A whole nation. The power and potential of the black dollar, we use it for the wrong things. Buying sex, partying, getting high, drinking, eating chicken wings, going to the bar, buying high-priced liquor bottles at a club, taking trips we can't afford on credit cards, buying high-priced clothes just to look good for the weekend. You get them some musty or you sweat on them and get the ring around the neck, or somebody bump into you and spill a drink on it. You don't even want that outfit no more. You kindly buying Jordan tennis shoes that's 40-some years old. That's ludicrous to me. You get a crease in it, you throw them motherfuckers on the bed. They have no value. So we spend so much money that they put on here the GDP of 4 countries that the black wealth has spent more money than. We just spent 1.6 trillion of our dollars. And then Mexico 1.5, to Indonesia 1.4, to the Netherlands 1 trillion, and Saudi Arabia 3 trillion. That's a lot of fucking money that we constantly spending. We got to start taking some of that money and make our own financial pipelines. Now, if we can make 1.6 trillion, 1.7 trillion and spend, we should be able to put that money up and build another Black Wall Street, a Rosewood. We should be able to build a Dorr Street that was in Toledo, Ohio, and a junction in Toledo, Ohio. These sectors should be able to build up all around the country. We should be able to build a black renaissance like they had in New York. We also should have a black bottom like they had in Detroit. These are things that we can rebuild, but we got to start taking our wealth and using our wealth for financial gain, generational wealth building for our whole community. We got to use our power of our dollar to also be in politics. And the reason I say that, if you listen to all the people that's in politics, all the ones that get in the favors. Thank you, Detroit. What's up, 039? What's up, Detroit homie, the Fed time. So, if you look at all the people that's in politics, somebody put money in their pocket. Now, if we take all our athletes, our movie stars, they have so much money. If we start putting that money into politics, buying our politicians, like the Jews do, the Asians do, the Italians do, we can have a hell of a syndicate. But we use our money for the wrong shit. What's up, Alexander? Just imagine if we took that down. Can everybody please follow for follow? There's 19 people here. Please follow everybody on the wall. Follow 039, follow Alexander. When you make comments, I'll be able to see your name. I can give you a shout out. Also, go down the wall and start following for follow when you see people in the queue. And also, everybody tap the screen up to 1,000. And I always tell people, if you look at the Jews, they got a thing called APACs. They have a vested interest that almost every politician, maybe himself 3 or 4, haven't taken any money from them. So when they go to ask for a favor, most likely you're going to give them that favor that they asked for. You don't want to go against the mother ucking grain. So they know that you buy influence. You buy influence. If we did in our black community, we get our reparations. We get our community built back up. We get a better school system. They'll stop police brutality. They eradicate the gangs and the drugs out of our community. But as long as we ain't doing it, they ain't gonna do it. What up, big homie? What's happening with you? They ain't gonna do that. So we gotta start using our money, our resources for something positive. We can't keep buying clothes to compete with somebody on social media who don't even fucking know you or like you. Standing in the club with all your flying shit on, but you gotta catch Uber, or your girl come to pick you up, or your dude gotta come to pick you up. Then they taking you to a Section 8 dwelling, or they taking you to a house in the projects. We gotta make this shit start making sense. We gotta start using our money and our resources for something. We cannot constantly just spend our money just to be spending our money. Because once you spend it, they're going to make love to somebody else. It ain't coming back to you because your money will cheat on you. And I'm going to break it down what I mean by cheating. By buying a Mercedes or BMW. Buying a house in the suburbs you can't afford. Going on trips on a credit card. Buying clothes. How long have it been since you been back to West Virginia? Shit, I haven't been back there a while, but I'm going back in April. I ain't been back there about 2 years. And it would cheat on you. But you get that money to somebody else, like the Gucci, the Louis, the Pradas. What's up, Aunt? You get that money to them, they going to keep it and reinvest it back into their company. So that money is not going to cheat on it. Our money always cheat on us in the black community. We don't respect our dollars. You got to respect it. And I was once upon a time like that. I was making so much money in the game because I was hustling in Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, West Virginia, and Virginia. And I was in Toledo, Columbus, Cincinnati, Cleveland, and outside Dayton. So I had people making money in so many different sectors that I kind of realized that I was blowing a lot of money on doing nothing. Riding around buying clothes, buying jewelry. I don't got none of the jewelry no more. I don't have none of the clothes no more. I don't have none of the car no more. That money could have been put up for investment. That place is fucked up now, man. All of Washington Street is closed. Every store, damn. So that's a good time somebody go down there and buy some of them buildings and property because they might gentrify it, but that city's so little. Exactly. We need more black business on par with Marlboro or something. Yes, too many white made business. Yeah, we can sit there, get on par with them, but we got to be willing to pull our resources together. And that's going to be hard in the black community because the black community is the only community I can really say we really hate each other. I know Latino, Hispanics, they all beef too. But we globally, everywhere we go, we beef, even in the joint. But Latino coming out, I don't care if Dominican or Puerto Rican, as long as he's not in a gang and he wasn't gang affiliated from the street, never put him work in that sector, they're going to pull him in. The Mexicans do the same thing. When you go out there and see them guys doing landscaping or roofing, you're going to see all Mexicans. True, they might have one black dude or one white dude because they're the ones speaking the goddamn English for them. They really basically a worker translator. But they stick together, and that's the thing we don't do in our community. We don't sit there and try to have a black Wall Street. We don't sit there and have black money and wealth in the stock market. They say 83% of all African Americans don't have one stock. And that ain't including your 401k because you got that match from your job. But they said most of us don't even have one fucking stock. So when we going to start growing up? When we going to start using the power of our money? And our money ain't just for Ciroc, 1942, Patron, Don Julio, Zaza, Perp, Train Wreck. Our money ain't just for that shit. Buying sex, buying chicken wings at the clubs, charging department store clothes, young clothes, smokehouse clothes, everything but cheap. Yeah, my cousin Bay Smoot, he own Them Two Brothers. It's a restaurant, barbecue joint named Bay Smoot, Them Two Brothers. And we can find a community security system. Yes, but the thing about it, the community got to want to stand up too. Now we get the community security system. Are we willing to push the negative shit out of there? What are your thoughts on that? I coach their kids in football. Okay. You know Big Bay there. My uncle Bill Smoot, Bay Smoot, my cousin, Kelly. I'm kin to the Martins, the Dyers, Cal Cutter Dyers, Billy Dyers, Orange Dyers. What just started segregation? Well, back in the day, it could have worked because we were more unified. If we try to segregate now, it ain't gonna work. Because we don't have the mentals. We don't have the love of community no more. We don't respect each other. We're not honorable. We're not loyal. So back in them days, that's all we had when you came out of slavery. And when you came from slavery, they started something called Reconstruction. Now, when we came out of slavery, majority of them were Republicans, and we had all the trade skill. See what I'm saying, Anthony? We had all the trade skills. And what I mean by trade skill, we could do anything that had to be taken care of around the house, around the fields. I ran into Carter, and my son had kids with Cutter dog. Okay. Because I heard Cal Cutter got locked back up. And last time I seen Cutter was in '89 when I left. Then I went to the feds. Then he ended up getting locked up after me. But I got locked up in Ohio. And we were Republicans. Back then, we pulled all our money together, our own resources. We had our own black striving community. Then a lot of white people had to come to our community to get stuff done because we were the labor force. And then you go all the way up to the 60s, now people are learning these skills because they got skilled trades. So now Latino, Hispanic, and white, everybody that caught up. Now we got pushed out. You know what I'm saying? Because now we don't have any people who really know skilled trades. My parents, I never seen nobody come in our house to work on our house. I never seen, except my boy Tim, I never seen nobody work on my parents' cars as far as I know. My father go out there, him and his homeboy, they working on motherfucker. So we lost all our skill set. The only skill we had now is gang banging and hustling and robbing and carjacking. So we don't have a skill set. So we try to segregate how we going to sustain a livelihood when we don't know how to hunt, we don't know how to farm, we don't know how to build. Now, the white infrastructure, they got all the biggest companies in the world, the Teslas, the Walmart, the Sam Club, the Costco's. How you going to live without that? So being segregated would never work because we don't love each other. Good morning. And then we're going to destroy our communities because we are still segregated, but only to a small part. And that's a small part. Look at the inner cities of America. It congested with majority all blacks. 85% of all the inner cities in America is black, except unless they gentrified, it's still gonna be like 85, 90%. And you see how, what's up, Salvador? You see how we destroy our communities. So, not to put blacks down, but whatever we touch now, we're gonna destroy it. So I don't think we can ever get together where we can be segregated and we'll survive. We're going extinct. But I do think that we can take some of our resources and our money and start dictating how we get treated in society. Because we can spend 1.6, 1.7 trillion in 2023, and that bigger than the gross domestic product of Mexico, Indonesia, Netherlands, and Saudi Arabia, and a lot of other African countries and Islamic countries. Like you start looking at Israel, we spending more money in them. You start looking at Palestine, more money in them. The Congo, Sudan. So we spending so much money, but we ain't gaining anything. You'll have great business here in Austin. What kind of business, Salvador? We can have great business around the country, but the thing about it, we don't have to mentor. We don't have the financial knowledge. We don't have that. Like I tell people, stop spending our money on shit that don't matter. I did it before also. But one thing about me, I was very frugal. Even though I might go buy a Mercedes-Benz or BMW, if that BMW costs $100,000, I might have $500,000 to put up. And that Mercedes-Benz costs $100,000, I had $500,000. Like I'm about to buy a car now, they're gonna cost $100,000. And I'm gonna pay cash for it. But I can pay for it 10 times over. So no bragging and boasting, that's not gonna really be a hardship because I've been investing for that. I've been investing for my toys. And then I'm using that as a tax write-off because I'm using for the business. Mega the New World Order. Well, to make it the New World Order, you need to get with them. Because make America great again, you better get with them because at the end of the day, you got to go with the more powerful team. Like whoever win the Super Bowl, that's my team. Whoever win the NBA championship, that's my team. Whoever win the baseball championship, that's my team. Whoever win NASCAR, that's my team. I don't roll with losers. So whoever winning right now, that's who you got to roll with. If the Bloods are more dominant in LA than the Crips, I'm gonna roll with the Bloods. You gotta do what you gotta do. Don't be an underdog no more. I used to be the underdog. Rob the underdog. The underdogs ain't surviving. Well, you ain't got to ride with them, but don't forget, y'all making MAGA some bullshit. Make America great. That's all the statement is. So you got to ride with America. I'm an American citizen first and foremost. I'm rocking with anybody who gonna make this country successful. If he do a great job, I'm with it. If Biden would have did a great job, I'm with it. If Bill Clinton do a great job, I'm with it. Whoever run this country, I want the country to be successful by me being an American citizen. I don't want this country to fail. I don't want Biden to fail. I don't want Kamala Harris to fail. I don't want Barack to fail. I don't want Trump to fail. Because if they fail, the country fail. Restaurant, club, bar, clothing store, barbershop, beauty shop, damn. An American citizen, but I'm never going to be MAGA. Well, I'm not MAGA, but at the end of the day, you still want to make America great. What are some of your belief system it don't fit? Because you got racists on both sides. You got racist Democrat and you got racist Republican. Biden was a racist. Bill Clinton was a racist. Lyndon B. Johnson was a racist. Then you got racist Democrat. They say Donald Trump is a racist. They say the Bush family is racist. So anywhere you go, you still going to have to deal with the lesser of two evils. I don't vote. I just hope that the country go good because I do invest in properties. I do invest in the stock market. I just want the country to be efficient when I can make some money. I'm a leftist, but I don't serve with being a conservative liberal. So you don't vote either. The 1.7 trillion in the GDP equivalent. It was spending power, the economic power is great. It say the growth domestic product compared to other countries, what the black Americans spent when they talk about economic power. You're right on that, but they talking about we have more spending power than the gross domestic product of Mexico, Indonesia, Netherlands, Saudi Arabia, etc. So like me, I only voted 3 times in my life. One for President Barack. I voted for Mr. Hobbs, City Council member, Blair Johnson, and I can't remember her name now. She's not City Council no more. An older lady. I can't remember her name. I'm sorry, but those are the only 3 times I voted because my vote is important to me. You want my vote? Pay for it. I'm not gonna give you my vote because you come in here and do some sound bites, some scripted shit. You come in here and talk to us in a barbershop. What you gonna let it add a couple of dumbass questions? If we add the hard questions, you gonna say we gotta wrap this up. So I don't go for that shit no more. You know, I don't want to be around no scripted shit because I know what you're gonna do. If the question too hard, you gonna say that wrap it up. You're gonna get offended. Then the other fools that behind you, they gonna get mad with you, and you're gonna storm out the building. So when they come in here, I always make sure I shut them down before they start talking. Because I already know you're going to come with some sound bites and some bullshit, and I don't live through bullshit no more. Because all the politicians now are nothing but paid puppets and liars. All you got to do is look at how all the platforms on CNN, Fox, and all them, they go back and forth as they're arguing, and nobody really speaking facts. They speaking on their emotion. They showing their emotion. You can't be a journalist and not be. You can't be biased. You got to not be biased. Nowhere in the world you can do journalism and have a political agenda when you go on TV. You put to come out the facts, no matter they hurt you or not. I'm speaking true journalism now because I'm not biased. I'm gonna speak the facts, no matter who it hurt. Because you can't be a journalist and be in your emotion. So journalism is out the door. Because now you got big corporations and paying these people and telling them how they gonna conduct themselves on air and what they gonna say, or they won't be working there anymore. So they paid the disruption. They ain't paid to put out the truth. And then you're gonna agree with them because that's who you like. Even in friendship and family, we agree with motherfuckers. We don't we like them. That person against the wall can be telling you the straight truth, but these 3 clowns over here, your friends, you're gonna agree with them because they're your fucking friends. When I see people do that, they show me that they can't stand alone on their own. You got to be a fucking idiot to agree with something that don't align with you. See, me, what don't align with me, I might be wrong with saying with the LGBT community. I don't have that amount of their community because my grandson is gay, my daughter is gay. What I have problem with when you trying to make people transgender, that shit is ludicrous to me. That you are willing to sit there and pay for surgery realignment for kids. And then if my kid got a problem they can go to their counselor or their teacher and talk to them about this sexual orientation, and they don't have to inform the parent. Ain't nobody talk to my kid in private about no sex. Nobody, unless it's taught from a curriculum for that school and that board of education. Fuck all that. Nah, because they're getting weird now. But that's the stuff they wanted to vote for. Illegal immigration. You got people out here paying people to protest. That's ludicrous to me, because you're illegal, you probably get deported anywhere in the world, not just the United States of America. All you got to do is go look up Mexico deportation policies. They've been deporting people from Guatemala, El Salvador, all them countries on a regular, getting them up out of there. So everybody do it. Dominican Republic will not let the Haitians over there. They catch a Haitian running around the Dominican Republic, their black ass getting deported that day. Not that week, that day. Get up out of here, they're going to drop them off across the border. They don't, you know, my thought, ICE is complicated. Well, it shouldn't be complicated, because at the end of the day, ICE doing their job. See, this is the problem with Americans. I'm going to ask everybody a question. Want y'all to put yes or no on the wall to help me out. Was ICE here 12 months ago before Donald Trump got in office? And yes, it was. And 12 months ago, it's the same people that were still doing raids, picking up illegals. What they did, they don't want Donald Trump to do nothing. Barack deported almost 4 million. Biden deported some people. The Bush family, everybody do deportation. But by they hiding it, they got to find something to go against him. Instead of say, hey, he doing a good job at the border. Hey, he doing a good job with the illegal immigrants. Hey, he doing a good job with the economy. But they can't do that. So it makes them look really bad when you go back and research all this shit. All you got to do is put in how many presidents, who deported the most immigrants. Watch your name come up. The deporter, the Barack. He deported more. Do every president put tariffs? All you got to do is put it in. They're going to say every president did except for a couple. Do put in every president. What was the conversation on border control? They all sound like Trump. They all sound the same. It's just that they don't want to see him win. But if he win, the country win. But if you a good leader, like we don't have good leaders no more, they'll tell everybody to stand out. Hey, go home, y'all. Y'all don't need to be out here put yourself in harm's way. Y'all got to go to work in the morning. Y'all got family to take care of. And then the people who paying the people to do the uprisings, they're treasonous. You're going to get the United States government. They should be they should be sanctioned and charged in the American court system. That's treasonous when you do an uprising. Because remember when Donald Trump supposedly did it in Washington, D.C., everybody was butthurt, but they ain't butthurt now that you're giving these people the authority to attack law enforcement. What you gonna think 5 years from now when they gonna say Donald Trump in office? They ain't gonna stop attacking law enforcement. You gave them to authority to do it, fools. You gave them authority to do it. Fentanyl down, drug trafficking is down. The border is the most secure in the history of man, of the United States. And I'm not speaking up for him because I don't vote, but I do vote for stuff that can happen in our life. Now we talking about black wealth, right? If you look up the Sovereign Wealth Fund, the Sovereign Wealth Fund is a fund of cryptocurrency that the Trump administration is pushing. His son Byron is like 19 years old. He worth almost 90 million from cryptocurrency. His kids have made millions off cryptocurrency. Now I'm about to show y'all something. I want y'all to ride with me and follow me now. Follow me now. Please follow me. Don't be an idiot. If this man telling you what is a sovereign wealth fund and what the United States is going to invest in, why you just won't follow that? He said Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, and XRP. I have every last one of them in my cryptocurrency portfolio. They pro-crypto. So you don't really think in your diabolical mind that this man going to try to make billions and billions of dollars for him and his homie before he get out of office. But he telling you, what other politician or president in the history of man ever told you what the United States government is investing in? He telling you, we investing in robotics. We're investing in gold. We're investing in oil. We're investing in natural fuel. We're investing in EV. We're investing in data process, coding, They telling you. So these the companies you need to look up to get wealthy in the next 36 months. Because we don't know if the Democrats going to be in office or the Republican. We don't know if they're going to be in the same money-making agenda. But we know his job is to make some damn money for him and his people. And I'm going to follow what he do. Because what he do, I'm going to follow because it's guaranteed I'm going to be successful. And I can't be successful if I don't follow the money trail. The money trail is telling you what his kids are doing. If you look up his kids' companies, they making billions of dollars as we speak in cryptocurrency. And they telling you what one to get. They telling you. So we got to start looking information up. We got to stop wearing our emotions on our sleeves. We got to stop being so emotional. We got to go with facts. We got to go with anything that's going to help us be successful. And I'm not saying this to be funny, but I'm saying we got to speak the truth. If we can spend 1.6 trillion, why that money can't be poured into a wealth fund for African Americans? We got to find a way, man, where we got to stop spending so much damn money on the dumbest shit. Then we got to start learning how to follow politics. You don't follow politics on sound bites, arguments, and your emotion, or somebody tell you how to feel about certain shit. You follow the money trail. You follow the money trail. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, and XRP. And he said also Chainlink might be involved in a XDC. Those are 5 cryptocurrency and utility coins that our government is utilizing. So if you're going to be a new beginner to cryptocurrency, they telling you what to put your money in. They telling you to put your money in technology firm, in the technology sector. Like a guy was telling me about 2 months ago, and the real deal, Derek. He was telling me about 2 months ago, and I didn't want to buy it at first. I'm like, no, I know. He said, no. So when I went back, me being Mr. Know, if you do the research, black only contribute 5% of GDP. That's net worth and negative, by the way. No, that ain't what it's saying, fam. That ain't what it's saying. They saying we spent 1.7 trillion as a group of people, and they saying the GDP of Mexico, Indonesia, the Netherlands, and Saudi Arabia and other countries, we spent more than their GDP. You know, right, we spent more than their GDP. He said on weave and eyelashes and fake booties and 1942 and Don Julio and chicken wings and sex. That's where all our money going down there and fake booties that they can't even look at, let they get in a mirror and do a selfie and shit all lopsided looking stupid. But that's the thing we do now. Now, we're going to go back to what I was just saying when you talk about technology stocks. The real deal on here, he told me to purchase. I like, no. And then the price was like $765 at that time a share. Then I like, no. Then I looked it up, no. Then I went back and really studied and researched. Like, damn, is it worth getting it? It's been around almost 20 years. It started at $100. Now that's $765. The last 10 years, VGT, it been at like almost 17%. But this year alone, it went up 23%. So I said, it got to be a buy for me. So what I did, I bought 42 shares. And it was at $765 at that time I bought it. So that came out to about $30-something thousand that I bought from getting some information offline from this individual who just happened to be on their post. That's why I tell people, you got to research where the money at. Get out your fucking feelings. Don't even worry about who the president. Worry about where the money gonna go. Where the money gonna go. You got to follow the money. You can't never do shit on emotion when it come down to you being successful. You can't do it. People miss opportunities on their emotions. And Donald Trump called me to his office right now. I'm going. Beeline in there. Because I ain't going to miss that opportunity. He don't have to know how I think and how I feel. I ain't going to wear it on my sleeve. He don't have to know I don't vote. Whatever he say, I'm going to agree to. Because I'm going to try to find a way to get in there and give me some motherfucking money. People miss a lot of opportunity like that because you can't let your emotion outweigh your thinking process. That's why they call it emotional intelligence. A lot of people ain't deal with that nowadays. They so mostly driven that they blinded by everything around them. So y'all miss a lot of opportunity. I get online every day just to see what is going on with the economy, the stock market. Gas is down. You can go some places in Ohio and get gas less than $2. Food prices are going down. Eggs are down. Utilities are down. Housing is going down. Interest rates are down. Inflation is down. Where did this man felon at? We got a surplus of money that they got from the tariffs that went to the Treasury Department. They said they're going to be the biggest income tax year in history where people are going to get abundance of money. And then he's still planning on giving us $2,000 from the money they accumulated that they found that was stolen from the government. And then when they cut out all this fraud and start putting more restrictions on Medicaid and Medicare, it's going to be a work too now, because you got to start doing stuff the right way. So it's going to be less fraud, and the taxpayer ain't going to have to pay that back. So this is a great time to make money with your president. If you like him or not, he's still going to be your president. Because like I said, I don't care nothing about him. I don't care nothing about none of them. Because at the end of the day, they politicians. I don't like prosecutors. I don't like judges. Because at the end of the day, their job is to lie. They all pay lie. I don't like attorneys. Attorney gonna fucking lie to you. Hey man, we gonna beat this case. Give me 20,000. Then you gain 20,000. They gonna call you a couple more times. Hey, I need more money because we been doing this. I need more money for research. I need to pay some more money to investigate. I need more money. Now y'all to 50, 60,000. Then the motherfucker gonna come to you. You know what, man? It's gonna be kind of hard to beat this case, man. Go ahead and plea out. See, even when he make you take a plea, you look it up. He's a referee of the courts, right? He worked for the courts. If he can convince me to take a plea in the courtroom, he get a percentage. Because that's saving the government money also by we had to keep going and do litigations. Because they got to pay these prosecutors now every time they come to court. If you go to trial, they got to pay the jurors. So that saved the court money. So your lawyer is going to do his best to try to get you to take a plea. He can even know sometime that your ass is innocent. He still will make you take a plea. It's a money grab. That's why I never trust them motherfuckers. Yeah, I got a good lawyer. You ain't got no good lawyer. I bet your ass took a plea. You got a good lawyer. Why his ass didn't go to trying to beat it like Johnny Cochran? Because you don't have a good lawyer. You have a motherfucker gonna make you take a plea. And he gonna get you the plea you were gonna get anyway with a public defender, motherfucker. In 2023, white businesses generate over 1.3 trillion. Wanted to get some comparison. So white businesses in 2023 made 1.3 trillion. How much money did black businesses bring in 2023? Because you understand, most black businesses are mom and pop businesses. The owner got to work there. Then he might hire a couple of family members. We don't have Fortune 500 companies where we got 800 or 900 employees. Most black companies only gonna have a couple of black employees. Then some of them you ain't gonna call them employees because they're gonna be paid under the table because they want to keep this Section 8 in their welfare. How many black companies are paying it to insurance? How many black businesses are paying it to unemployment? Think about it. You ain't gonna find too many black businesses that paying it to unemployment. How many black businesses have insurance and medical for their employees? It's extremely rare. Because most of our black businesses are going to have people in there working under the table for they can keep their food stamps in their Section 8. Trust me. I've been in business. Most of our business black is mom and pop. No matter if you're making $100,000, $200,000 profit from, it's still considered mom and pop because it can't sustain and make the economy float by bringing jobs to the community. If I open up a business, if I'm not bringing 300, 400, 500 people into that business, it's not doing nothing for the economy. I'm bringing in 3 or 4 people, 2 of my family, 1 of my homeboy, 1 of my wife and my husband. So it's not bringing money to the economy. But people are being successful from it when they establish a livelihood like Ford, Jeep, and GM. They might have 3,000 people at Ford or GM and Chrysler in your city. Mom and pop don't do that. So what is the gross domestic product? I mean, how much money the black businesses make in 2023? Because you said the white businesses made 1.4 trillion. Now, how much money do black businesses make? You're going to be shocked. Might not even be billions. Y'all don't understand economics. That's why you keep repeating this nonsense. You're right. Grinding and shining, you're right. We don't. But we ain't on here to try to understand it. Because you talking to a person who run 5 businesses. So I don't know, you got business not grinding and shining. Because I'm going to look you up and see, do you own any businesses? What's the name of your businesses? Because if I tell you the name of my business, you can look them all up. They all LLCs, every last one of them. And I've been in business on majority of them almost 20 years, except for one. And that's like 10 years. So, been in the real estate game for 20 years. So, what you talking about, you might not know about economics, but I know a little bit about it. I know enough to sustain my livelihood. So, what business do you own, bro? I guess you ain't gonna put it on the wall, okay. So, and when it come on there, so somebody Google how much money did black businesses bring in? Because I can't do it because I'm on here, so I ain't gonna be able to Google it. But if somebody can do that for me, can you Google how much money did black businesses bring in? And you're gonna be shocked when I say that. We had a conversation about a month ago. I was saying that it's a business is a business. I can sit there and do shoe shine by myself. It's a business. But I always say, if you go on vacation, I got to run back to that motherfucker Monday morning. I like to get off my trip because I'm afraid I miss some money. That's not a business to me the way I think. Now, Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, their business is gonna run themselves. They ain't got to be in the country. That's what I consider a business. If I gotta be there and watch that business and monitor that money and monitor the resource and be at work, to me, that I'm just saying that's not a business. But we know it is a business. But I'm just saying because I got a nickel and dime. Like right now, I'm in a barbershop. We are sole proprietors. I gotta be here to make some money. If I don't make no money out here, so if I'm on vacation, I'm going 3 or 4 days. I'm gonna be thinking about getting some money back to the shop. Okay, Mexico GDP, but what was it in 2023? Cause that's 3 years ago, so it might be 2 million now. So we might have went back up. So our black spending power was more than Mexico GDP, or right under it, and that's ludicrous. Now, who just said that? Okay. Hey, Uncle, AI, Google how much money black businesses brought in 2023. Google how much money black businesses brought in 2023. Now, just imagine if black Americans are spending almost 1.6, 1.7 trillion, and we don't own shit. Majority of your friends don't own a house. Majority of your friends don't own their car. Majority of your friends don't own the clothes in the house because they put on credit cards. So we don't own shit. We don't own businesses, but we spend a 1.7 trillion more than Mexico GDP. That's ludicrous. Yo, what's up, printing the blockchain? Real GDP would be a better metric because it's just inflation. Okay, but how much money did black businesses make in 2023? Or put down how much money did black businesses bring in 2025? And you compare it to white business. White business brought in 1.4 trillion to almost 1.6 trillion. We're gonna see how much money black businesses come in. Can somebody go how much money did black businesses bring in 2025? And when people talk about, man, what about segregation? We can't survive without them. Because most of our black businesses is still making money off them with the weave from the Chinese, the eyelash from the Chinese, the hair care product that we use in the shop from white people. We can't survive without them. We're being extinct. And then we ain't going to patronize each other. That's out of our system now. We don't like each other in our community to patronize each other. Because that came... I'm going to say it got more mainstream when The crack epidemic got out there, and then the gangs really started getting mainstream and started going to all 50 states. Then we start having a problem with black unity. Now, we might have black unity because you live on the same block as somebody, but around the block, I don't like you. So that's been embedded in our DNA for almost 40 years. So I don't think we ever can get back together where we have another Black Wall Street or Rosewood. And where I'm from, Doris Street, Toledo, Ohio, and Junction was all black ran. We had bowling alley, gas station, car lots, grocery store. We had banks. We had car washes. We didn't even have to leave out our community. We had movie theater, clothes. We had everything you can name in our community. But guess what happened? The white people came buying us out. We started getting on drugs. We started beefing because of gang. Now we can't do business with each other no more. Okay, real will be larger than nominal. Black businesses brought in a little over $200 billion in 2025. Now, black businesses brought in $200 billion. White business brought in 1.4 to 1.7 trillion. You see the big difference? And you got to sit there and take 50% of that $200 billion that we brought in. The revenues coming in because we buying the supplies and everything from whites. We don't have the infrastructure nowhere in the world to sustain us. If they tell blacks you got to be on our own and make us and shut down every factory, only hire white people. If the city only hire white construction people and sanitation workers, man, we will be done within 6 months. We'd be like Sudan. We'd be like Nigeria, Haiti. We would be extremely poor in blacks. Less than a fifth of total spending. Right. Black, we can't make it without them. And people always talking about, oh man, yeah, y'all voting, y'all like Donald Trump, he's a racist. Bro, you working for a racist. You don't think the Ford family, Lehigh Coca with GM and Jeep, you don't think these people are, and Stellantis and Microsoft and Apple and Dell Computer and Walmart, you don't think they might be a little racist? You don't think they might be Republicans? They billionaires. You don't think Elon Musk and them and your boy Jeff Bezos, we own all that shit for Amazon? You seen them there with him and they Republican, but you still buying their products, but you mad at a black man or black woman for saying that they Republican. Let's make this shit make sense when you're going to get on Amazon and you and your iPhone and Apple and all these people show you that they're Republican, but you still buying their products. That's ludicrous to me. Then you're going to work for Masters. That's a Republican. Let's make this shit make sense now. If you're going to get mad at everybody. But I don't believe in getting mad. See, the real Derek on here, I don't believe in getting mad. I believe in getting wealthy because I'm going to follow what Donald Trump do for 36 months. Every time I look on there, when you go to certain forum like Bloomberg TV, you go MSNBC, Yahoo Finance, they telling you how Donald Trump and the rich and elites are thinking. So I got to think like them. I can't think like my homies. If I think like them motherfuckers, I'll still be fucked up out here. If I think like my homies, I'll still be broke out in this motherfucker car. Majority of my homies, after I came home in prison, within 3 years, I passed all of them. Some I didn't pass. Like my boy Paul, I'd go to a bar on the bar. Scooby owned several bars. You know, Keith Johnson, them had a construction company. Fruit had a construction company. But majority of my friends, when I came home, I'm going to say like 85% of them, I passed them within 3 years. And the ones I didn't pass, they still successful businessmen in their rights right now. So why would I fuck with you when I know that you ain't got shit going on? I was gone almost 20 years. Like they always make statements. If I see your friends, I can see your future. Why you think you see successful, highly successful people be around highly successful people? Then you see low vibrational people, bum people, be around other bums. And I don't say success because I'm hustling. Because I was hustling, we still wasn't educated. I was hustling, we still didn't know about business. I was hustling, didn't have a bank account, didn't have a credit card, didn't have no fucking credit, didn't have no life insurance policy, didn't have no medical. I didn't have no 401k. I didn't have none of that shit coming in. I'm hustling.
So me hustling, I'm still around low vibrational people. Cause we know the end result of hustling. Three things. Either you're gonna become an addict from the shit that you've been around, cause they're getting in your system every day, you don't know it, then you become an addict. You're gonna get unalive on the streets, or you're going to prison. So that's low vibrational shit. Successful people have a tendency to get around other successful people. Sometimes you gotta get out your niche. You might be a street person, but now you can't be a street person no more. Cause you trying to elevate. No, I never call myself a street person because I didn't grow up in poverty. I grew up in a middle class family. Both my parents worked at Ford. I didn't grow up in no fucking poverty. I'm not a street dude. I've never used that label on me. But I was out there hustling. But my brothers and them, they've been to college. My sister have been to college. Majority of my friends back then went to college or got a high school diploma. And they weren't stupid. We had to graduate because you had to have a 2.5 to even play sports back then. Now you have a 1.0 to play sport and graduate. Most people are uneducated, and most of your friends and family haven't been to college nowadays. So all that shit is low vibrational. And they want to be labeled street niggas, street people, cause they've been out here hustling all their life. And that's why they making uneducated decisions when it comes down to their finance. You know how many people that come in this shop that I can talk to have horrible credit, and you're 40 and 45 and 50, 30 and 35, your credit fucked up? You know how many people come in this shop and working their day don't own a piece of property that they got that's theirs? You know how many people come in this shop don't have a motherfucking bank account or motherfucking stocks? So that tell you around the wrong people how much of black spending come from white taxpayer dollars. Be honest, I don't know, Toby, because I can't look it up right now, but you should be able to look that up real quick and put on the wall for it, because I don't really know, and I don't want to guess. It may be very minimal. But I don't want to look it up because, I can't look it up right now, but if I could, I would. So you got to look at that shit. So a lot of us living our life on a low vibrational thing. Like we were talking the other day about when did you know that you're alpha? Mostly everybody agreed with one individual, but he was just talking like he talking to a motherfucker that knowing. See, when you know people, you can tell where they going in life. That's why I tell people 99.9% of the time I'm by myself, unless I'm having sex or I'm going on a trip with a young lady or meeting my family somewhere. And a lot of time I'm not even gonna meet them nowhere, called certain family members. We ain't talking about shit. And not to put nobody out, I'm not gonna waste my time being around you for 8 hours, motherfucker. We ain't talking about shit. So when I go with certain people in my family, they business leaders and business owners, or they got money invested, we can talk about certain stuff that kind of like motivates me, because I want to catch them. So that's why I tell people 99.9% of the time, if I'm not at the shop or when I go to the boxing gym or to the gym, I really ain't around people. That's the only time I really be around people. A lot of time, I can sit in the house for 2 or 3 days, man, and just come out my room just to get in the shower and take a shit and make me something to eat. I can just stay in that room and look at TV because I'm comfortable with that, because my incarceration built me for that. So out here, I don't have to be around people to feel a certain way. I can be by myself, because when I'm by myself, I'm thinking about my next power move. And I don't mean power move by working hard, because I refuse to work hard. I want to do the bare minimum and get the maximum dollar. That's why I like the stock market. That's why I like real estate. Any other business that I run, somebody else is taking care of it. Like my sister, man, her got some shit going. She take care of it. Sonya got some shit going on. She take care of that. I don't even go that way. I used to help out, but then I realized, damn, I'm wasting 6 or 7 hours a motherfucking week. No, that's a lot. I'm going to say I'm wasting 2 or 3 hours a week running around doing stuff for that business. And I was like, shit, I'm sit back and get my money. Let her run her business the way she want to run that motherfucker. Just give me my paycheck. And I'm cool with that. You can be the face of that motherfucker. I don't even give a fuck. Just give me my money. You can tell everybody in the world it's yours. I don't give a fuck. Just let me get my money. Same thing with my sister. I don't ask my sister nothing about her business, what she got on. Man, my niece about to start a business. I'm not going to ask her nothing about it. Once we make an agreement how much I got to get and supposed to get, we get it. But now you start having a problem with the business, I step in and put some input or try to find somebody who can help us out, make sure it run back efficient. But after that, I'm just gonna stay out your way. Cause like I said, I'd rather put in an hour a day with them or a week and still get the same money. The most time I put in any kind of work is in the barbershop, because I gotta come to the barbershop and get my money. But everywhere else, I don't go around it. I got 4 inspections. I got inspection today. I got inspection on a property next week. Got one February the 2nd and the 7th. So if 4 inspections coming on properties, I'm not gonna be there walking around behind the inspector. I got somebody else, a dude named John, that I pay John. If ain't nothing got to be done, if it passes, it's cool. If it don't pass, he know by him being there, he can document what need to be done. He can get on that day, and I pay him. Some people who I rent from, I don't even know the last fucking name. I don't even know these motherfuckers. Because I'm doing everything that let me live a lifestyle that I don't have to put no work in. I don't want to have to work hard. I want to have the easiest amount and less stressful life as possible when it comes out to getting some money. I don't want to have to be involved enough where I gotta be there and work hard for it. Even with the after school program starting, it's gonna be 4 to 6:30. My part ain't gonna start till 5:30, so I only gotta be there an hour and doing something I join to do, cause I'm gonna be teaching. So it ain't gonna be light. It's stressful because I'm gonna be doing something that I enjoy doing and I want to get back and doing. Like teaching kids martial arts, so that's only an hour and a half. Even though I'm gonna be there at 4, but I don't have to, because the case managers are gonna be doing the intake. So I really only got to show up for like an hour. I'm trying to get the most money for the less time. That what you call common sense. Work, don't work hard. A lot of people work too damn hard. I was working in the factories. That shit was beating my body up. I was going home back hurting. I was going home depressed. I was going home mad. I was going home angry. I was getting mad because this mother slowing out of line. Now we all getting chewed out. Fuck all that. I wanted the less stress possible in my life. If I choose to say, man, you know what? I'm going to get offline right now and go home and get in the shower and get in bed. Yes, I can do that. But I won't be making no income today from me working in the shop, but I still have income coming in from other sectors. Okay, what do you mean by how much they be stealing? I don't understand what you mean by that. What do you mean by how much they be stealing? Enlighten me on that. Can everybody start following the host? And there's 7 people on the wall. Can everybody follow? And everybody please tap the screen up to 1,000, 1K. Now, what you mean by that? You said, you mean how much they be stealing? Who not buying? And who's stealing? When you say something, you gotta speak direct to me, cause I don't know who you mean by they not buying and they stealing. Who you talking about? Give me somebody you talking about. You talking about black people, white people, Italian? Give me somebody you talking about. Then I can have a conversation with you. I can't go off there. They buying, they not buying, they stealing. Then you're gonna say, you mean how much they stealing? Okay, now when you say the black community, what you mean by they stealing? Are you talking about they stealing from like fraud? They stealing from back taxes? They stealing cars? Or they stealing out of Walmart or Family Dollar? See, when you put stuff on the wall, give us something we can go by, whatever they can't get their hands on. So you just say they just common thieves. They just run around, black people just run around stealing. Yeah, it's a group of black people, white, Latino, Hispanics, and other nationalities. We all steal, yeah. But since we talking about blacks, yeah, black do a lot of stealing. Black do a lot of unaliving. Black do a lot of robbing. Black do a lot of carjacking. Cause we don't forget we on here talking about black dollars and how we get some of them. Black do a lot of scamming. Cause you look at all the hustlers now, the scammers are the hustlers. The scammers in the big city driving the Bentleys, the Rolls Royces, wearing the jewelry. Them ain't the ballers no more. You only got a handful of people that really can stand out as a baller. And then he gonna stand so far ahead of the other ones. The other ones, they ain't making no money. They ain't got no car. They ain't got no house. They ain't got nothing but motherfucking couple outfits. They might be wearing the jewelry. Like one day, a dude came in. Another dude always talking about how much money he getting when he trying to impress people in the shop. Another dude, without even asking conversation, asking about him, whatever, He brought the dude name up on some just talking about him and saying, man, that motherfucker be wearing my Cartier glasses. That shit is ludicrous. I always tell people, just be your fucking self. Because there's always going to be somebody going to say something about you without even asking. Man, that motherfucker be wearing my glasses. But a couple weeks ago, he said he was getting money. There's no racism, it's just fact. Oh, no, 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 no. I didn't say nothing about racism because you speaking of facts. The host got a point. Chicago, the area to give the higher tax revenue to the city. Right. And then look at that. Y'all paying all them taxes in Chicago, but y'all still living in poverty. Called Little Village, Mexico area, second only to the Magnificent Mile, which had, right. You got the Magnificent Mile in Chicago, all the rich motherfucking. You got Little Village, all the rich Mexican. Then you got, what the one place called? Oh, shit. You say the name is another high-end area in Chicago. Or a high-end store, right. And where in the black community you got high-end store? You don't got high-end shit in the black community. Nothing. Nothing. And if you do, people are going to start hating on you and destroy it because that's our mindset. So you ain't speaking racist. You speaking the facts. I don't care what race you come from. People got to open up their eyes and see the truth. And we're not using it right. So they're not putting black people down. When I talk about certain white people, they're not putting them down. It's white supremacists out here, neo-Nazi and the KKK. They need to be incarcerated and put in jail for the rest of their life for their hateful acts. But is all white people bad? Hell no. If all black people bad? Hell no. All Latinos, Hispanic, Jews, no. No. But we talking about a certain percentage, the ones that we see every day. I see a lot of YNs. I see a lot of gangbangers. I see a lot of hustlers. I see a lot of unalive type motherfuckers. I see a lot of prostitution. I see a lot of players. I see a lot of whores. I see a lot of addiction. This is the stuff I'm talking about that I see in my life. If I grew up in Beverly Hills or a place in Toledo called Ottawa Hills or Perrysburg, some of the shit they ain't gonna see. They gonna see one or two black dudes getting high. They might see one white guy going there instead of one black. I can constantly see this because I'm in the inner cities of America. So I see this, so I had a right to speak on my people, and I had the right on where we felling at. And we really felling with economics. We felling hard. We felling with credit hard. We felling with black wealth hard. We felling with assets like a house, not no fucking cars and clothes. Because more people got these houses and shit. I mean, these cars, these nice ass cars, they don't even own their house. So that's ludicrous to me. Your goddamn car cost $150, but your goddamn house ain't even yours. You rent, and then someone got a mortgage. So if you got a mortgage, the house still ain't yours. It's fucking the banks. You gotta pay them, and by the time you pay them off, the house cost $500,000 when you buy it. By the time you pay the banks back in 30 years, you done paid over $1 million for that motherfucker. So they done double their money. So it's ludicrous to me that you get a $150,000 car, but the month you live in the hood or the house ain't yours. Or you got a $20,000 necklace on your neck, but you don't have a car or a house. You have the $5,000 earrings in your ear, but you don't have a house or a car. You don't have a bank account. You don't have no resources. You have bad credit. We can help you build wealth. There's a lot of shit we do in the black community, man, that we felon. We felon. We go through there and everybody don't be biased and say, man, as a collective all around the United States, you only got so many people in each city, in each state that getting money as blacks. Legitly. Majority is not doing anything. They living check to check, or they stealing to survive, or getting high, or they trying to do a punk ass scam. We would be willing to do it all for them to leave. Oh, okay, I know who you are then, cause you ain't got no picture up. You must be one of them little white guys that's semi-racist, but it's okay. I like racist people, cause now I know how to deal with them. See, when a person is racist, but they playing the game with me, I don't like them. But when I know a person is straight out racist, I respect you. I respect you. Because I know who you is. So you can't fool me. But when the motherfucker hiding it, and they let me know, you fooled me. So I'm a little bit more upset with them because, damn, you playing with me. You playing with my emotions when you know you're fucking racist. So I got to take my head off to anybody out there that's racist. Let me know how they stand. I ain't got a problem with the KKK or the neo-Nazi, all the the white nationalists. Do your thing, bro. I just know when I see you in a bar not to talk to you. Keep it moving. But what about the one I work with? We go out and get something to drink, but he at home in the pole bar talking about us. Talking bad about black people. But he know how to play the game. And that's how it is. Some people know how to play the game better than others. So once you know that, you cool. Once you know that, you cool. But we got to figure out why we are the lowest when it comes down to wealth building. Because you got the Asians, you got the Jews, you got the whites, you got the Italians, you got the Latinos, you got the Hispanics. And they even put the LGBT community above the black community when it comes down to wealth building. We at the bottom of the total pole, but we at the highest when it comes down to spending power. 1.6 to 1.7 trillion that we giving it to other nationalities. You got to address me, or are you going to keep being too scared of being called out? What you mean? You going to address me, or are you going to keep being too scared to be called out? Elaborate, because I don't know. Address you on what? What you want me to address you on? Hold on, let me go back. No. I'm not making an entire lie about race. I'm making a lie about black and potential black power. It ain't about race. It's about my community and our people. No. I was talking about a person made a racist comment on here a minute ago. He said they don't mind spending all the money to get us out of here. And he might not even be talking about, he might be talking about illegals. I said that's fine and dandy, long as we know how you stand. Like a person, if you're in the Nation of Islam or he a Black Panther, white people gonna say, okay, he's racist, but now that you know it, it's cool, because you might have a black friend, but he might can be racist. Black people can be racist too. Hispanics can be racist too. Everybody can be racist now. I'm just saying, when a person is a racist, if you let me know, I know how to deal with you. So that's what I meant by that, my brother. So I apologize for that. But I'm just saying, when you know somebody at KKK or you know somebody in the Nation of Islam, each nationality should know how to play them. Oh, you're welcome. Like I said, it was a little misunderstanding, and I appreciate it. But like I said, if a person, like, just say I'm in the Nation of Islam, or I'm in the Moorish Sign Temple, I'm a 5%er, I'm a Garbonite, white people going to look at them as all racist groups. But they know how Farrakhan is coming. They know how Malcolm X was coming. They knew how Marcus Garvey was coming. But with Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, W.E. Du Bois, y'all didn't know how they was coming. Because they could have been working with Farrakhan them and Malcolm X and playing the game over here. So when I'm saying Biden might be racist, and people say Donald Trump is racist, leave Donald Trump let you know how he feel. But nobody can show me that he's racist. So Biden might be racist, and he won't let you know how he truly feel, because he got to play the politic game to keep your black votes. So when people come to me and show me who they are, I can deal with you better. I've been in the prison system. I've been around neo-Nazis in there, the dirty white boys. I've been in there with the ABs, the Mexican mafia, the Northerners, the Southerners, the Serenos. I've been in there with the Tangos. So you show me how you cared, I know how to carry you, but I ain't got no problem playing chess with you. I ain't got no problem playing baseball with you, and softball or bandball. I just know how far the relationship gonna go. And with the Bloods and Crips, me, I didn't get nobody car. I was a neutron. I didn't get all that car shit. I didn't join the Muslim, Nation of Islam, so I know how far to go with them. I was struggling when you mentioned get out of prison and advance. What's your platform based on? Hold on. What's it, man? Head out, but you gotta mind you. I appreciate it. Hope you have a great rest of your day. You too, brother. Thank you. I'm gonna follow you also. You said I was strolling when you mentioned you got out of prison and vanished. What was your platform based on? Well, my platform is based on a lot of different things, but the main focus, I try to get on here talking about investing, and then a lot of times we talk about other topics. So we might talk about Skittlebug, we might talk about some rumor shit, we might talk about the riots, but usually we come out here in the morning and talk about investing, because when I got out of prison, when I was in prison, I didn't know anything about finance. I didn't know anything about real estate. I didn't understand about stock market credit. So when I got near in the feds, you run across a lot of people. They might be scammers, they might embezzle, but you run into a lot of successful people that didn't do the thing that I did. I was hustling. A lot of them wasn't hustling on the street. No, they were hustling white collar shit. So when I started going to the law library, I ran into a lot of guys that knew about stocks and all that shit. So I used to ask them a lot of questions. Even though a lot of stuff went on my head, but I started hanging out with them, talking to them every day, and I started reading a lot of books. I started falling in love with books, because I didn't really read no books only when I was in school. So when I got in prison, I had a lot of time to read books, and books really enlightened me and gave me a lot of information. And when I came home, my mind was reprogrammed, so I didn't have to go back and hang out with the same people. Even though I did come out here and do dirt again, but I said, well, I'm going to do low-level dirt. I'm going to mess with Mary Jane. I ain't messing with no other shit, because I know the Mary Jane, if I get caught with 100 bowls, my ass only going to still get a couple years. As long as it wasn't a fair case, and I know we're going to make sure we're going to be a fair case, so I was going to only deal with one person, and then they got to deal with the people they're going to deal with. I want to have that buffer. So when I came home, I had to educate myself. So the information I give on here is a lot of the information I got out of my portfolio from Charles Schwab and Vanguard. It's free information. And this is a way of me giving back my 10% also to all communities, no matter who in here listening. So that's my way of giving back too, because I'm giving up information that I'm still paying for. I got to pay my advisor at Charles Schwab. I got to pay my advisor Vanguard. And I used to give a lot of information up in the shop. I don't do it no more. You know, so thank you. I appreciate it. I used to freely let people look at my portfolio, tell them what to invest in. I don't do that shit no more, because people don't understand the game. People are not loyal. People are not appreciative. So you know what? I let everybody just do what they do, unless they come on my platform in the morning. You come and catch the Accident Investor, I talk about some of the stuff I do. Now I don't talk about nothing I do. I don't help with credit. I don't help build credit. I don't let people run on my shit. I don't tell them about the stock market. I don't tell them about housing. I don't give information up no more, because I'm dealing with a different kind of society. Now we should go back to separate water fountains so we can keep money separate. Now you don't want to keep money separate, because we'll be done, because all the businesses that making this country run, Tyler, is white businesses. We can't live without them now. That shit over. If they tell all black people that they got to leave out of all white businesses today, it'd be almost 90+% of us would be out of job tomorrow. Don't forget, we making 6 figures, 7 figures. We ain't making that shit from black people. We making that shit from white. And they tell all the black people, start your own NBA, how they gonna do it? Where they gonna get the building at? Where they gonna get them $50 million a year contracts? Not from us. Where you gonna get your endorsement from? Because everybody got endorsement, them from white companies, so we'll be done. So you don't want us to go separate, bro. You better enjoy your white counterparts and build with them. Because I enjoy white people now, because I know I can build with them. Because I know how to get around them and give me some money. Well, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. And I got some other stuff I got to write down, make some phone calls. I appreciate y'all coming in and rocking with me. Peace out, O's.